recording. Boom. All right, so here we go. This is round 3 of Chicago Open. My opponent is young master, very young. He's like 12. Brian G. So he's a national master. He's very strong, underrated. A serious analyzed game from the Hyperbola Arena. Ha! That would be the dumbest thing ever. Can we analyze the 30-second tournament? That would be a no. It's a no for me. It's a no for me, big fella. Just a hard no. A hard no. Thank you for the follow, Def FN. Appreciate it. Another word from the sponsor. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, Bright Star Shine. Appreciate it. Let me fix this real quick. Turn this up a little bit. Turn this little thing up. 1 second. All right, cool. All right, let's get it. Take two. Right. Take two, Lady Lowski. This is YouTube, y'all. So I'm playing Brian G. Brian G with the white pieces. Young phenom. He's a master. I'm playing black, obviously. Here we go. So at this point, actually, I played, remember A Wonder Liang, lost the first round, was completely winning, lost the game. It happens, whatever. Okay, cool, keep it moving. Number 2, second round was a Grunfeld that, I'm still new to the Grunfeld, but I got some very nice coaching from it, very nice material on it. I'm loving the Grunfeld, but I didn't like that line in particular, so now I have something new to it. Round 3, I'm over here playing Brian G, National Master. At this point, I only got a half out of 2 going into the third round. So third here, okay, boom, I'm playing this Master, young dude, he over 2200 USCF. Yeah, underrated to say the least. He go E4. I'm like, okay, C5. At this point, I'm actually a Najdorf player these days. I've looked a lot of material, looked at a lot of Geary stuff. Man, Geary got me right on a Najdorf. In fact, I know more Najdorf theory now than some GMs that have been playing it for many years. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but definitely that man got me right. I had a winning position against A Wonder, but freaked out, offered a draw. Did he take the draw? Did y'all draw or no? What happened there? Yeah, it sounds crazy. Oh, it's nuts. It's nuts. I got some. I'm nasty with this Najdorf. Okay, y'all drew. Oh, that's a good draw there, Josh. That's a good draw. Yeah. So I'm playing the Najdorf here, right? A Wonder Liang's already GM, right? Yeah, he already GM. He been GM a long time. So C5, knight of 3, right? I go D6. I'm in the land of the Najdorf. I know all the lines. I mean, about 95% of the lines I know. Some of the unorthodox ones I'm still shaky on, but of course that's why I'm studying those. Now I'm starting at the back of the book and going to the front. Usually you do front to back, but then after a while, you do back to front. That's how you do it to chip away at the study that you need to. So C takes D4, knight takes, knight f6. This is all theory. Knight C3, A6. So A6, of course, in the legendary 100% traditional, super swashbuckling, tactics everywhere, but positionally sound Najdorf. You know what I'm saying? So we got A6 and then bishop C4. So he's playing the Sozin. Bobby Fischer was a big fan of this. This one right here, if you breathe wrong, you getting crushed. I just showed one of my students, actually 2 of them. I showed 2 of my students today a very, it was straight from the book. I had a 6 CPL center pawn loss on this one game I recently played against an FM in the Sozin, where he can actually sack his queen on E6. There's a famous Karyakin game with the white pieces that does that. But with black here, I already knew what to do. So I kind of went all the way through, ended up winning the game with a 6 CPL center pawn loss at the end. It was nasty. Basically following everything that I knew from the book. And of course, yeah, we have the sack on E6 is terrifying. 100% correct. The sack on E6 at the right moment is going to be devastating to your game. So if you allow the sacrifice on E6, the game's over. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. It depends on when and what the position looks like. The Sozin is very, very popular. In fact, there's some very wild lines, like the line I just talked about with the queen sack line after E6, which is the move here, bishop B3. And even after bishop b3, sometimes they play bishop b3, sometimes they don't. But after bishop b3, the intention here, I'm always supposed to play b5 because a4 can lock things down, and you want to have this way to expand on the queen side. b5 is the way to go usually. After b5, now you see bishop g5 as a move. Even back here, sometimes instead of bishop c4, e6, you'll see bishop g5 right now. That's actually a very wild line. Bishop g5, bishop e7. You'll see queen f3 in there. In fact, maybe it's after. I'm messing up the move order. Maybe here, bishop g5 now. Bishop g5, yeah. Bishop e7, queen f3, queen c7, e5, bishop e7. Yeah, it's a nasty line. Everything gets all developed, the castle queen side. And after everything settles, black's still equal, but you got it. It's very sharp. Very sharp. Do your homework or you getting crushed. There is no in between. There is no in between. So b5 here. This is the move, the standard queen side expansion. At the right moment, play bishop b7 or you're getting sacked on real fast, big fella. You're getting sacked on. So you have to be careful. So b5, this is still theory. Castles, bishop e7. Queen f3 is a move. I answer that with queen to b6 and all lines of queen f3. Thanks for the follow. Readier. Yeah, queen f3, I answer with queen b6 at all times here. And then the f4 option, which is harmless in a way, actually. I castle, which is castles here, and you're expecting to see e5. e5 did not happen, but if e5 does happen, takes, and you play knight d7 with the intention to take on e5. Now, I like to show this line a lot. If queen h5 happens here, what do you do as black? Black to move. What are you going to do here? This didn't happen in the game, but I really like to show this just to show the dynamicism of this powerful opening. Huge fan. Was this a Najdorf? Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000, wow, big fella. This is a Najdorf. Absolutely. Black to move. In this position, you're playing against the Sozin. You're trying to figure this thing out. This man hits you with queen h5 and we live, defending on the e5 pawn. And it seems scary on that side of the board. So what do you do here? You also need to finish development. So you may be in a dilemma, my guy. A queen b6 from Greg Lars. Queen b6 might be hit with bishop e3. Might be. Could be a move, though. Queen b6. Could be a move. What else we got? Bishop c5 from Danny. 5-4. Okay, queen b6, bishop c5. Logical moves. Knight c5 from Rederer. Logical. Bishop d7. I think you mean B. You mean B7. Bishop D7 is unfortunately not a thing, big fella. Don't do it to yourself. So it's Bishop B7. Canty stepson says Knight C6. In fact, my stepson is correct. Knight to C6 is the move. It's actually Knight C6, y'all. Look at this. Nasty. Knight C6. Bam. Oh, snap. They wasn't expecting that at all. The reason for Knight C6 is after Knight takes, you play check. And now you're developed. After king here, now we take in, playing bishop b7 and tying them down. It's actually a really nice way to develop your pieces. And I'm also hitting e5 at the same time. So queen h5 doesn't work. They have bishop f4 as a move. And there's also another move here. I can't remember right now. Bishop e3. There's bishop e3 allowing captures. And they're going to end up sacking on b5 after queen c7. There's bishop f4. And there's queen h5. These are all moves here. Thanks for the follow, Raja. Thanks for the follow. Right. So, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm nasty with this Najdorf, my guy. I'm nasty with the Najdorf. So I was expecting this, right? I castle. I'm waiting on e5 from the young dog. I'm like, young dog, come here, young fella. Let me talk to you real quick. You know, he like 10 or 11 or maybe 12. He may be 12. He's a master. And I'm sitting here like, let me show you something, young dog. Let me give you some wisdom here, young man. First off, I'm a Jedi. Secondly, you know, your move, right? So castle, we're going to see what he does. The old slick slack, right? Isn't it early knight d7 followed by knight c6 most popular way to play against the Sozin? Knight c5. That's one way. Actually, Alex Kovic likes to play that way. But I'm more of just like, you know, Geary rated higher. Geary 2760 plus FIDE. So whatever he got to say on the Najdorf, I'ma listen to him. I'ma just listen to him. But there are other ways you can still play the Najdorf. There's some systems in the Najdorf that are literally always exactly the same. Imagine that. The three-piece setup is what we call this. Putting the knight on f6, bishop e7, knight d7. But every single line is like that. And that cuts down on study time. But at the same time, there are certain times that that's going to be good for you. And at certain times, that's going to be very bad for you because you don't understand why. Right? So he played a3, which is something I've never seen in my life. In fact, I think it might be in the course. I actually have to go check. I actually have to go check and see if this is in my theory. But a3 is like, bro, what is this? And when he played this, I was like, well, shoot, I'm good. Like, I'm good. So I was already feeling comfortable here. After the a3 move, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. The intention here is stopping b4 because if b4 is played, then knight takes e4 will happen. So a3 is a very logical move. Now after a3, guys, black's a move. What are we doing? You got many moves here, obviously. What move are you going to choose? Thanks for the follow, 2war. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, thank you. I'm just changing some stuff around. Okay, there we go. Cool, cool. What we got? Bishop b7, bishop b7. Thanks for the follow, 2war. We got 2 for bishop b7. Bishop b7's on the board. Anybody else? Anything else? What else you got in the chat? Any other ideas? Anything different? Knight c6 for same reasons as before. Okay. Bishop b7. Right. So in fact, the best move right here after a3 was bishop to b7. And that's what I played. I played bishop b7. All right. Then he played rook e1. And good job, guys. Bishop e7 is correct. And then rook e1. Knight c6 hanging a piece. I mean, you have the same idea. And you're right, it actually does hang a piece. Actually, looking at that too, guys. Knight c6 doesn't work here. That was an option. A3, Knight c6 does not work. That is 100% blocking with your face. Start a new game, big fella. That's not a move. After check, flex real hard. You might as well just get up from the board. Just get it from the board. Make it easy for everybody. And then if you're playing e5, like, why did we do this? You play e6 to keep control of d5. Now you give up d5 just to get your piece back? You in trouble. This is a wrap. This is a wrap. Start a new one. So the knight c6 don't work. a3, bishop b7 is correct, hitting e4. After he plays rook e1, now what do you do here, folks? What do you do? This got very complicated right here. Very complicated. In fact, the title of today's video is The Back and Forth. That's the title of the YouTube video we're going to post today, is The Back and Forth. So it's black to move. He plays rook e1. Where are we going? We got knight e7 from Rob. Those tattoos are hard. Appreciate you, Solid Snake. What are we in here, big fella? D5 from Rhetoric. We got some knight d7 action. I'll be John with knight d7. Spitis with knight d7 and d5. I'm turning the engine on, see what they say. Yeah, d5 is not in the books, y'all. d5 ain't there. In fact, let's see what's wrong with d5. d5 is not there. So in fact, there's really nothing wrong with it. They just don't like it as much as the other moves. Because after e5, you have knight d7, which is totally fine. I mean, this is a very playable position for both sides. You just have to be careful of how you proceed. But it's very playable. But I didn't go for d5 because I know, you know, based off my intense Najdorf study, d5, this isn't the position to play d5 in. Not this one. There are certain ones that you do, but it's not this one. In fact, you need to be more developed, and sometimes you play e5 first, knight d7, knight b6, then d5. But that's a different variation in itself as well. So a3, this is already just kind of strange. It's a different one. It's not as his best move. So I'm already feeling comfortable, like I said before. Bishop b7, hit that with tempo. He defends it. So after the defense here, I did not choose knight to d7. Knight to d7, in fact, is the best move. And here, if I would have thought a little bit longer, I think I probably would have been fine about it. But the reason, here's my reasoning. I actually went knight c6 in the game. Now, after turning the engine on, after knight to c6, it's just super equal. Zeros. In fact, they prefer black by minus 0.19. And then it fluctuates between that and 0.007. So that's like super equal. In a human standpoint, you actually do feel that you're better as black here, as a human, but this is not enough to say you're winning yet. And watch this. This game gets wild. This game gets very wild. This is why I call it the back and forth, because it got very, very wild. And I'll tell you in a minute. So why did I go knight c6 though? And the reason for knight c6 is if I went knight d7, this is what I was looking at. If I go knight d7, thanks for the follow, PDA. So I thought bishop takes e6 was a move. I really thought he could do it now. And I was not a fan of this. I just thought it was wrong. E1, M1, start. Yeah, I just thought it was wrong. And here's the line I was looking at. Bishop takes e6, right? And then pawn takes e6 and knight takes e6. I thought he was going to do that. Yo, Lorgan, my guy. What's up, Lorgan? With the 28 months, bro. Thanks for the 28, bro. Thanks for the follow. Plethora is overused. Thanks for the follow. So knight takes e6, right? He gets 2 pawns. Right, so he gets 2 pawns. Queen b6 is answered with bishop e3. Great observation, okay, but queen b6 is here with bishop e3. So queen c8, knight takes, and bishop takes, and this is the position that I would have been in. And here, I just thought it was a little strange. But if, you know, first off, you have to calculate this accurately in your head, and then secondly, I was looking at what if he tries e5, but in fact, this actually blows open white's position because I got the bishops. All I do, look at the bishops, like look at this. You know, this is losing in every aspect. Queen c6, hit mate, right? How do you stop mate? You got to defend it like that. Knight g4 comes right after. You know, boy, my goodness. So I should have went for knight d7. And this is why when you improve, like I know what to do now. But in the game, I went for something else because I wasn't too sure about the bishop e6 sacrifice. But now, after you analyze your games, which you should be doing this type of analysis of your own games, every single round, every single game that you play like that. Especially tournaments. So here, I know now that knight b to d7 is the better move. I actually also saw another line here. After, instead of bishop takes e6, what about e5 now? E5 now is a strange one, right? E5 is not something you expect to see. I mean, and actually you do, but like this isn't fun. This isn't fun. Now, somebody give me a sequence here. In fact, of course, we're definitely going to take this pawn. And after pawn takes, what do you do next? And this is why I did not go for knight d7, because he could have went for either e5, this route, or he could go for bishop e6. I was like, this is too complicated. I'm just going to make it very simple and play knight to c6. But here with black, what do? Your knight's hanging. Knight straight up hanging. What's the move here? We got knight d5 from Redderer in the chat. We got knight d5s. Thanks for the follow, Doinar. We got knight e8. Knight d5 and knight e8 on the board. Knight takes e5. Dang, Lorgan. Okay, what's your follow-up, Lorgan? What's your follow-up, though? Knight g4 from Vilgo. That's face blockage, 100% premium, natural, Cambodian. That's not a move, my guy. Absolutely. Yeah, blocking with your face there, my guy. Jumped off the deep end. Ouch. Don't even do it to yourself. Yoshi Killer, what's the deal? Dero in Paradise, thanks for the follow. 1800 Muppets. Yo, what's good, bro? 98, final answer. What's up, my guy? These are gamers we play for. So, look. Actually, in fact, knight d5 is not a move. It's not terrible, but like after takes, then knight f5. I'm out here looking crazy in a way. Queen g4 is coming. I do have a check. Luckily, I can get away. But white is definitely on the initiative. And my d5 pawn is hanging. What initiative equals is time and activity. White has the time, and he has the activity of the pieces, and the bishop opens up. And like, yeah, this is the stuff you don't want in the Sozin. You got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. So knight d5 doesn't work. 98, you looking ridiculous out here. Now, in fact, weirdly enough, right now, it's equal. And I was, like I said before, I wasn't trying to get sacked on. This is actually something I looked at. I was like, yo, he could hit me here. And here. And weirdly enough, this is equal. But do you think I felt that this was equal? Do you think that I felt that this was equal? Okay, we just gonna nip that in the bud right now. You thought this equal? Okay, right. The engine says that this is equal, or apparently. So after check, king h1, and I'm winning immediately after queen h4. Wow, that's like a nuts. This is hanging, but this is hanging. Like this was not. I didn't see all of this. So I didn't want to go for none of this. I didn't want to go through what if he takes on e6 or what if he plays e5. I'm not trying to sit here for 40 minutes on this move or this sequence. Let's just make it simple and easy and comfortable. So what I played was knight to c6. Very natural move, and in fact the engine improves. Still very equal, but knight to c6 is just fine. So he plays bishop to e3 and gets out the way. And now here, black to move again, guys. Knight c6 happened. He plays bishop e3. He's defending the d4 knight. Knight to move. Wow. Knight to move. I just gave it to y'all. Literally. Knight to move. What we doing, y'all? What we doing? Somebody tell me knight to move. It's black to move. But it's a knight move, obviously. So now, where are we going? Knight f4 is not a move. I don't know what kind of chess you playing. But knight f4 will not work. That's why you're here with us today. You get to learn. Knight f4 does not work. But knight d4 works. Knight a5, haha, yeah. Knight a5, knight takes d4 is a move, yeah. Knight e4. Knight e4 is another one. Knight e4 is face blockage. 100% premium, natural Cambodian. Face blockage. That is not a move. Knight takes e4 does not work, my guy. Knight a5, knight g4. Knight g4 doesn't work either, yeah. You blocking with your face. Send a stretcher to his address. Knight d7. Knight d7 is a cool one. I actually like knight d7. I actually like knight d7 here. Let's actually see what the engine thinks of knight d7. They don't like it. Immediate f5. Immediate f5. Yeah, see, I knew this was wrong. So here's what I went for. Knight a5. I just went knight a5, so shout out to you. Knight a5 because I'm like, yo, this bishop got to go. This is the Sozin bishop, okay? You have to remember that. This is the Sozin bishop. This is the Sozin bishop, okay? Hopefully y'all understand the emphasis now. So, you know, this bishop is extremely strong. So I'm like, yo, you got to go now, not later. You got to go right now. Oh, Avor, thanks for the follow. Open the black bishop. It also opened up the bishop, right? Beautiful move here. I'm also probably going to plug the hole here. If he backs up, eventually I'm putting this knight on c4. I don't care that you could take it. I need to get rid of this bishop. This bishop is annoying because with f5 and the sacrifice always being there, yo, you got to get rid of this ASAP. So I played knight a5. He hit me with a move e5. I'm like, oh, snap. I actually didn't consider that like that. But I knew e5 was coming. But it was a different move order. Thanks for the follow. Uno Calm. Welcome. Queen color bishops must be tripped. Yep. So, Oh, this one got wild. This one got wild. This one got very wild. In fact, this one got very wild. Yeah, there's a lot of chess stuff here, y'all. But here, okay, black to move. I captured first, right? Take. He went, and then I went 94. But check this out. Look, knight d5. I think I was getting in trouble. I don't remember why I didn't go knight d5. Knight d5 is an engine move. It says that I can do it. But why didn't I go here? Something deterred me from playing knight d5. And I'm trying to figure that out right now. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. Was it takes? Somehow was it queen g4 option or e6? Something like this. I didn't like that the queen can just come up in here like this. Like, look at this position. I didn't like this. Knight f5's coming. I have to kind of back up. This feels wrong. I have an isolated pawn. I'm not fully developed. As an engine, it's an engine. We wish. As a human, I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm not, bro. I'm not feeling this position. You know, I'm really not. D5 is Betty from Hoppers. Man, that's funny. You know, thanks for the prime gaming till bed. Appreciate you. Thanks for the 3 months, bro. That's why we played the Najdorf. Right. Take the bishop because you threatened to win the rook. I definitely could have. But queen g4. So I wasn't a fan of this. I wasn't a fan of this at all. Gaming till bed. Appreciate that, bro. 3 months, man. So e5. I take, and I went 94 instead. 94 instead, which is a little different. A little different here. I thought he was going to play queen g4, and I can always play h5 in these situations. There's a lot of like bishop h6 coming too. Like you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very accurate. And spread out, but you're attacking his king side with time. With time, correct. With time, I will be able to. Without time, it ain't going to work. Game until bed. We in here, baby. So 94, right? Okay, snap. Right. Thanks for the follow. Small axe peppers. Takes. Queen g4. Now, after queen g4, what do you do now? Queen g4, bishop hanging. Oh, bishop h6 is a threat too. Don't block with your face, big fella. Do not do it, okay? Do not do it. Because you are very, very close to blocking with your whole face. Let's go. What's up, Rex? What's good, man? How you feeling? Welcome to the stream. We're doing some analysis. Bishop g6 from gaming till bed. Blocking with my face. You could. Bridgeport Mitch. You could. Hey, look, you know, you can do anything you want in this world. Absolutely. And if blocking with your face is what you want to do, by all means, you know, get all that face blockage you can. Knight takes b3, bishop takes g6, or bishop g6 and f5. Okay, so f5 is not a move. Definitely, this is a family channel. And first off, we can opposite. Hitting e4, mate, e7, e6. This is everything must go. So let's get this off the screen. Might be some kids watching. So f5 is not a move. So let's do like, what was the other move? Somebody else had knight takes b3. Knight takes b3. I wonder if that works. In fact, knight takes b3 might be a move. Actually, it is. It's the #1 move. That's crazy. Knight takes b3. I actually just chose bishop g6. I just got out the way. Thanks for the follow, Levy's chair. Appreciate it. Bishop g6. Yeah, I just went for bishop g6, bro. I just said block all this up. Lock it up. Now, right now, you know, this is why this is called back and forth. This kid played very strong. He's a master, 11 years old, 12, maybe something like that. But this is equal. It's straight up equal all through here. But, of course, as a human here, I'm feeling great about black's position. I have the bishop pair, which he does too as well, but I'm about to eliminate one. I got the open C file. This is a weak pawn. I'm definitely feeling this position. We're going to grind this boy all the way out to the end. So, Ash is totally epic. Thanks for the follow. We're going to grind this boy out. So, bishop G6, he plays rook D1. Rook D1. Now, black's a move, guys, where I'm in an X-ray. Okay, so I'm in an X-ray. My queen is hanging if he moves his knight. So, I need a move. What do we do? What do we do? He put rook A to D1 on me. I got to make a move. Where am I going? Thanks for the follow, Mazurks. Threat is more powerful than takes. The threat is more powerful than the execution. Yep. Black's a move. Where are we going, y'all? Queen B6. A freak demon. Jackson Jim, A3. Thanks for the follow. Yo, where we going? Queen C7. It's Queen C8. Queen C7 hit the pawn. Queen C7 hit the pawn. No misclick. Yeah, Queen B6, you in some trouble, my guy. Yo, I just got a 30-minute rated challenge. A 30-minute rated challenge. You think I'm going to take that? Don't even answer that. C7, queen C7, knight takes B3 from Watha B11. All right, here we go. Hope y'all ready. Here it is. Here it is. There it is. So first off, let's talk about what's going on. First off, this is an X-ray. I tell my students this all the time. Do not stay in the X-ray. Do not stay in the X-ray. Don't stay in this X-ray, bro. If you're a king or a queen, if you have the king and queen, either or, you can't stay in this. In fact, my king is actually in one, but luckily I'm blocked very nicely. You're not getting to me. This is an exception. There's always exceptions in chess. Here, something's about to happen. This knight's going to move. My queen's going to be hanging. Anytime you have this available to you, if you're able to insert a move or two, it's going to work. But if you can't insert this move or two, then you need to run for the hills immediately by means of queen e8, queen c8, queen c7, or queen b6. But queen b6 runs into what? Another one. You know, DJ Khaled, right? Another one. That's what I thought about. Knight takes e6. GG, bro. Give me everything. Something got to go. Everything must go, Sale. Let's go back. So rook a to d1. Rook a to d1. So I found a nice sequence here. In fact, what I played was knight takes b3. I took on b3, realizing that now if he takes on e6, I actually have this queen c8 move, which is beautiful. Now I'm actually pinning his knight to the queen. So if you move the knight, I take the queen. I also just took a piece. So you always keep material count. I tell students this all the time. Always keep material count. So I'm up a piece. He takes a pawn. He takes his piece back. I take another piece. I'm up a piece. GG. This should be easy from here, right? Light work. So with that being said, after taking on b3, his only move is knight to c6 so that he can take with e7 and check. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Would you play the Najdorf against MVL? Oh, facts. Absolutely. Oh, boy, I'm Najdorfed up. Okay. Anybody can get this Najdorf sword, saber, basically. Anyone can get this saber. I'm definitely nice with this Najdorf. Wow, queen c8, knights. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yes. So knight to c6 is hitting the queen and the bishop at the same time. So obviously I have to step off. Now I choose queen c7. After queen c7, he takes with check first. Obvious. Knight takes c7. That's with check. And then after the check, I take back and he takes on b3. Bam. So now we reach an endgame. We're close to an endgame. Poison pawn, please. Yeah, stop. Poison pawn is not a move. This ain't the Bobby Fischer days where Bobby Fischer was able to get away with that. These days, take that pawn if you like to. MVL showed us what happens if you take that pawn these days. Right. Mini games. Back-to-backs. Facts. Poison pawn, right. No more. So C takes B3. C takes B3. And after this is an endgame opposite color bishops here, where I'm actually just better. I'm just better. So, of course, no matter what, I'm going to push on. Who is MVL? We're going to act like you didn't say that. That's okay. That's okay. We still love you. That's okay. Oh, he says I'm newer to chess. See? Now you good. Now you good. See, you had to make sure you insert that after the statement. Like, not 2 sentences after the chat statement. Right? You know, it's Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, #1 French man. Thank you for the follow, Seafood Buffet. You can actually Google it too. Just type in MVL chess and like you can get a whole Wikipedia right there. Thank you for the follow, never winning giveaways. You know, for the best Najdorf player in the world, correct? Yeah, absolutely. But definitely, you know, Poison Pawn. I'm probably not gonna take that one. Like I'm gonna take everything else. MVL, that's fire. Probably not that Poison Pawn. No, you can have that one. You can have that one. Yeah, you can have that one, bro. MVL is Najdorf. MVL is Najdorf. Funny. So, right. C takes B3 is on the board here. All right. Black to move, guys. This is in-game one-on-one. We got to find some things to do. We got to try to grind this one out. We got a young master here. He's very strong, and we need to figure this one out. Black to move. Are you going to Vegas, Canty? I wish. Not going, but next one I will. They have a documentary about him on YouTube. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Shut up, Jim. Bishop c2, bishop c2. This D not free and Bridgeport Mitch both say bishop c2. First time in your channel, love how instructive you are. Thanks, Seafood Buffet. Check the YouTube too, man. Right there in the chat. Click the YouTube. This is our Discord. Hang out with us all times of the day. If you new, hit the follow button. Appreciate you. Wait, I'm out. Bishop c2. You out? You leaving? Bishop c2, bishop h6. Correct. Very nice, Bridgeport Mitch. Very nice. In fact, guys, bishop c2 is very tempting. Very tempting. But in fact, all I can do is do something like rook d2. Rook d2. And then as soon as you take this pawn, bam. Now what? Now what? And in fact, I actually saw this line. Oh my goodness. No, there's a better move. There's a better move because I saw this. I actually saw this. I was like, what if I take it? He goes bishop h6 and then I go f5. And f5 super strong. Hit the queen, right? Defend this. Pawn takes, queen takes. Now everything defended. I'm actually winning. But there is a line here, and actually he can't take, right? Well, first off, it's defended. But secondly, there's mate on the back rank. But there was something in here that, is it right now? Okay, after bishop takes. Nah, bro, there's a move here that I was like, oh, that's why I can't. Oh, he plays bishop g5. That's what I didn't like. And I had this check. And then I was like, what do I do now? King h8? Oh, yeah, that is the only move. Wow, yeah, I saw this. This is exactly what I didn't want. If I didn't have this check, for instance, anything else, bishop g5 is so strong. Because if I step off like somewhere randomly, you know, bishop f6 or bishop h6, this could be lights out. I mean, look at this. Look at this, right? And pay attention. Pay attention. Look at this right now. Wait until like 20 moves from now. Right? This game is what we call this again, the back and forth. You're about to see something wild in this game. Bishop, so, you know, I didn't go for this because I was like, I don't think it's enough compensation. I think there's too much going on. So I was like, maybe I'll win this pawn later. So what I did is just go in game. Trade a pair of rooks off. Just trade a pair. And also I've now made some luft in the way of the rook. You know, if this bishop h6 idea, I still will make weaknesses around my king. And that's something you need to know when opposite color bishops. Opposite color bishops is all about, you know, that doesn't mean that the game's drawn because you have opposite color bishops. That doesn't say that. Oh, it's opposite color bishops, so it's a draw. No, that means that, well, especially in the middle game, now it's still a middle game to end game transition. But here in this middle game kind of position, the bishops cannot oppose each other. So if I get an attack going, he could be in trouble, and vice versa. He get an attack going, I could be in trouble. Nut stuff. Thanks for the follow, Vito1. Seafood Buffett, thanks for the prime because it's time. Let's go. Thanks for the prime because it's time, my guy. Yo, so that's rook f to d8. I'm out the way. After rook f to d, then we have b4. He locks it up. Very nice in game from this young man here. I'm not even gonna lie. So here, and this was very equal. In fact, when I put this in the engine, I think it was like after I put it in chess.com analysis, it said for, like, actually, I'll do it right now. I'm actually about to put this in here real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all what this thing say. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what this thing say right here. So let me show y'all. Thanks for the follow, Rock Soul. Oh, I gotta run the report. Tripping. Show you, look at the accuracy. Let me move my camera down a little bit. Look at the accuracy. So for black, I was 94.2 accuracy in this game. He was 93.9. You know what I'm saying? The young dog, a monster. He was really strong. He was really, really strong. And I was like, yo, this is a kid like 12 years old. Master. He was already master, but it just showed how strong he was, right? Very, very good. I was 94.2. He was 93.9. He was right on me. The man was on me. You know, he wasn't trying to let up. So he played b4 here. I'm still feeling good about the position, but it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind. And here I tried to look up, like, what do I do? Rook takes d1, then rook d8. Do I play rook c8? But this is always the idea. This bishop c5 move, followed by bishop d6, is extremely annoying. I don't want to be hit with tempo, so I moved out of the way. Queen c7. You saved your moves from when you wrote it down, or you looked at it? No, you have to. You just keep your score sheet and then upload them later to chess.com. I noticed they weren't DG. Yeah, you don't use. They didn't have, because then you would need DGT boards for, like, man, shoot, that's a lot of boards. That's a lot of boards. You got to get plugged out. All this other stuff. Yeah, you just write your moves down. 0 accuracy, 0 mistakes. Wow. Yeah, this was a fire game. Like, look at this, bro. Right. If you look at the stats, 0 accuracies. I had 1 inaccuracy the whole game. And 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. He had 0 and still had less than I did. It's like nuts, bro. This was a crazy game. This is why I call it the back and forth, because we didn't even get to the best part of the game yet. It's not even the craziest part. Queen c7, right? And you're like, how crazy can it get with only these pieces on the board? Well, let's see. Queen c7, he goes rook c1, right? Trying to bait me into queen takes c5. Queen takes c5, bishop b6 doesn't work. In fact, I was like, you know, I couldn't, which I'm always looking for this kind of stuff. You know, this is an interesting position. Right now, it's actually saying that it's still equal. Even though I'm down in exchange, but I got 2 pawns for the exchange, I might be grabbing a 3rd, and I got the 7th rank. And when I play h5 and get this lift for my king, I mean, how do you really get to me with my pieces on the 2nd rank? The bishop can come here eventually. If I'm able to do that, this could be decisive, right? This is like understanding compensation. And I was thinking about this, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, right? You don't want to be wrong. You go for this and you wrong? Okay, cool. You out. That's it. That's a wrap. Start a new game. So I didn't want to go through this. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to end game route. Queen b7. Play the light square strategy is what we'll call that. Light square strategy meaning I have a light square bishop. He has a dark square. Put everything I own on the light squares, most likely. So queen b7, rook e to d1. I play h5. I kick the queen away. And I also make some look for my king as well. And I maybe play bishop b4. I want to play rook d5, rook c8. Oh, there we go, dragging it again. So h5, he plays queen g5. Gets out of the way. Now, yeah, it's unclear, right? Black to move, black to move, black to move. My rook is hanging on d8. It's hit twice by the queen on g5 and rook on d1. Black to move. What do? What's in your repertoire? In bishop g5, Najdorf. Would love to see a video on it. Phyllis said he only stopped playing Najdorf because of bishop g5 variation. Yeah, you can play it now because of e6. E6, bishop e7. And we use the three-piece setup from Gale Fan. Queen c7. Easy. Knight d7, b5. Bishop b7 at the right moment. Castles. But literally, I'm not even going to lie. You do have to study your theory. There's no there's no like, oh, you have to understand what you're doing. Yeah, you do. But you also need to memorize every single line in this variation. Because if you do not, and they hit you with something crazy, it's a wrap. It's literally a wrap. The rook is attacked twice. Correct. The rook is attacked twice. Rook d to c and king h7. We got bishop e4. That's face blockage. 100% premium. Don't even do it to yourself. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Rook d to c, king h7, rook takes d1. Yeah. Right, rook takes d1. I didn't like just giving him the file. I just wasn't a fan of just like, yo, give my mans the file. Like, why? For what? Like, he didn't earn the file. You know, why am I just giving him the file? What's my follow-up? Right? Shout out to you, Rhetoric is correct with rook to d5. I want to take the file. If he takes, then I get the file. Queen takes. Cool. I'd never have to worry about, even if he goes for this, let's say this would have happened. I never have, what are you threatening? What do you have? This bishop holds down everything. This bishop's not even getting to this square. I always have king h7 for some luft, just in case. I'm doing great. I'm doing excellent here. So he didn't choose this. I chose rook d5 though. The intention is to literally double, but you can't double. I mean, imagine doubling like this. Like now you could actually lose the game. As weird as this is, and you're like, oh, I got the queen. Yeah, you got the queen. But like the two rooks, I mean, even right now, this is threatening mate. But you can get out of this. But this is threatening mate right now. You have to be careful when you do this. Brader456, thanks for the follow. Be careful with this kind of stuff. So I play rook d5. He goes bishop c5. I'm like, okay, cool. Bishop c5. I still want to get the file. I'm not trying to go rook d8 and give him the two rooks. So I play queen d7. Or actually, no, I play rook c8 first. Rook c8 first. He played queen e3. Then I play queen d7. You know. I mean, casino. Yeah, you probably should, Mr. Jingles. You probably should, just because it ain't gonna be fun for anyone. Yeah. Queen d7, queen e1. I thought this was a very good move. I was like, oh shoot, queen e1. I didn't see that. I was trying to figure out what to do progress wise. Think about this, guys. For the last 5 to 6 moves, you know, 5 to 6 moves, or so I mean, even a little bit more. It's been like minus 0.07, and the highest has been minus 0.30. For like 5-6 moves, bro. He was playing very accurate chess, and I was trying to squeeze out this in-game that I just know I'm slightly better. Why? Because of the activity. You know, y'all can have the same amount of everything, but literally I have the better activity here, right? And if you look at it, pawn structure-wise, my pawn structure is better. I don't have a double pawns, and I have more active pieces. I mean, it just feels like I'm more active. Everything's back here for him, but that is still equal. So I play bishop e4 here. Look at this move. Bishop e4. Queen c6. Queen c6. Now, queen c6, I did not play. Wasn't a fan of queen c6. I think I didn't like just giving up the file again. I'm just going for this. You know, and then queen here, I think he could just defend it. I can't remember how, but just like anyway, just defend this. Right? And my rook is not even helping in the game. It's never helping. So I didn't play this. I played bishop e4. You know, I like to keep things tricky. So bishop e4. Bishop e4, of course, if queen takes, obvious. Rook takes d1. And if rook takes, well, then I could take with the queen here, or the bishop. I can't remember which one I was going to take with, to be honest. But the thing here is I can take. I think I was going to take this way, but he does have rook d1 now that I'm looking at it. Maybe I should have taken with the bishop, but he didn't do this. I played bishop e4 just to mix things up. I really want to take or play queen c6 ASAP and try to, you know, use what I have. I also was thinking maybe if the right moment I can use the h pawn. to help us. Right, 8 queen c6 is wrong, yeah. What is the planning and following behind bishop e4? Yeah, bishop e4 was to really, like, long term, use this pawn and create a weakness so the light squares are weak. So if he, happens to play something like g3, look at how the light squares are gross, right? Just like if I play g6, the same thing's going to happen to me. So number one, that. Number two is he can't take it for obvious reasons. You just drop material. So that's not a move. And then I'm also threatening something like queen to c6. So let's say here, queen c6, and he takes it, then I can take and I win the queen. And the reason for queen to c6, instead of queen c6, in fact, I might even go queen b7. Because you just step off of this line. And the reason for this is I'm just trying to take and take on g2. So this is my whole plan of bishop to e4. Bishop e4, this is the whole plan. So bishop e4 was played. You want me Vegas this week? I wish, Larry. I wish, man. I wish, bro. I'm going next year for sure. I'm gonna do that ASAP so I get that time and everything. But yeah, I'm trying to be out there, bro. All right, but check me out. So bishop e4, he go bishop d6. That's right, crushing fatal blow. He does go bishop d6. After bishop d6, I had a choice to make. Do I take either or? And even right now, I'm telling you, like, this was such an even game. This was such an even game. It don't even make sense because right now it's not even it's not even a pawn. Like, it's minus 0.87 right now. Can't you grab and try? Yeah, no funny business around here, bro. So bishop d6, I took on d1, takes, and then I take on c1 as well. But here, I was just trying to figure out what to do. Thanks for the follow, Jinzy. Appreciate it. So I have rook takes c1. It went from 0.87 to 0.26, like for black, engine-wise. Rook takes c1. I mean, this is very boring in a way, right? But you think it's boring. Watch these next few moves, bro. This got crazy. So here, in fact, he offered me a draw. I think he offered me a draw twice. And, literally the first time, I think he offered the first time somewhere around like 3 moves ago or something like that. The second time he offered a draw was like right here. And I declined that one too. Because I'm like, bro, I'm trying to win this game. Like, I didn't already got a draw the last round. And I took an L in the first round. I'm not trying to draw this game. What you mean? I already almost beat A Wonder. I got a draw in some Grunfeld that I needed work in, which I have to work. I made the changes, necessary changes. This game, I'm trying to get a dub. I need a dub, sir. Okay, sign here. Give me the dub. Right. So, but it wasn't like that. He was fighting me, and he offered me a draw 2 times. He offered me a draw, but I kept playing on. Watch what happens. Queen b7. Okay, so I'm hitting him. Okay, let's go to work, my guy. Let's go to work. Push something, please. He plays queen d2. Defends the g2 pawn. Right. He defends it. Okay, it's defended. I go queen c6. I'm trying to just get a little bit closer to him, but straight up zeros. I mean, in a way, 0 minus 0.20, but objectively speaking, as a human, this is zeros. So queen c6 to bishop f4, or bishop c5. Sorry, bishop c5. And I try to figure out what to do because there's a check back here. I'm not trying to trade queens. Like, I don't really know what to do yet. And so I need to get my queen active. This was an excellent move because it cuts me off from doing anything. My next move was going to be queen c4 and just try to, like, be annoying. Like, as annoying as humanly possible. But he blocked me. And I was like, dang, that was a good move, bro. That was a really good move. So black, I went back to g6 because my goal is to go queen e4. Just trying to get my queens active somehow. Then he played queen d4. And I was like, dang, I only saw queen e3. Like, this kid is good, bro. I thought he was going to go here, but he went here, stopping. Because if he goes queen e3, then I could get in with queen d5. But he played queen d4. And I'm like, yo, this kid is stopping everything. He felt it coming. If he offered 2 times. Yeah, I know. Correct. So I'm like, he offered a draw twice. I'm feeling better, slightly better position, but he did not give up. He did not give up. Queen d4, I played bishop back to e4. So in this point, I'm kind of repeating. Now it's time to move the king. Right. He went bishop e4, queen d2. He go back. Now here, I could repeat. He has some spidey senses. Yeah, I could repeat and go back to g6. But I said, nah, bro, we ain't repeat nothing. King h7, let's go for it, right? Now watch these next things. This is called the back and forth. He offered me a draw, then he offered me a draw again, right? Queen d1 happens. He's hitting my pawn over here. So here, I was like, what should I do? I actually thought for a while. Thanks for the follow, JT Whitten. Appreciate it. That my pawn is hanging. He let me have this pawn. He literally let me have it. So I have a choice to play king g6, which I considered. You know, and who's familiar with the Nigel short king walk? Raise your hand. If not, literally Google it right now. Pull up another tab, Nigel short king walk, and look what I'm talking about. Then you'll understand what I'm about to tell you here. But this king walk, I was thinking about this king g6, king f5, and try to like walk my king up here and try to mate if possible. But I can't do it too much, or it is going to be way too risky. Online people never have draw. Yeah, this is not online though. This is not online, bro. Like this was over the board though, Chicago Open. But this was he offered me a draw twice. So I was like, nah, I'm not trying to take it. So after queen to d1, bishop takes g2 is an option, and also moving my king or playing g6. I chose this option. I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. This has to be right. Like this literally has to be right. So I took on g2. I took on g2, bro. I was like, yo, this has to be right. This has to be right. So he took on h5, king g8. So here I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Rubbing my hands, right? Rubbing my hands. Okay, cool. I should be able to clean this one up. If you look at short mated the guy, he did, bro. You seen that game? Yeah, he did. He walked his king up, king g3, king h4, king g5, king h6, and mate on g7. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I was thinking of something like that, but my king was a little bit too exposed. That position was more closed with the Nigel short king walk. But here, in my position, oops, of course that didn't happen. My king is pretty safe. His king is not. So I got moves like bishop here, or maybe bishop h3 and kind of just chill around there. Maybe bring the queen in as well. So king g8, right? He go queen g5. I'm like, okay, I got to move the bishop somewhere. Where do I go? So I went bishop f3. Now, right now, straight up, zeros cross the board. You can shake hands. It's a draw faster than you can offer it. It's a draw right here, basically. Engine's like zeros. Every line is zeros. If you look at every line, all of them are zeros here. In fact, let me actually pull it up so y'all see. Look above me right there. Zeros. All zeros. You know what I mean? All zeros. All zeros. Kirash, that's not going to be a thing because you don't get enough slots for that. And there'd be too many people trying to redeem it. So unfortunately, we can't use it for VIP. Because that one is a slot. They don't give you a lot of slots for that anyway. He has perpetual right with queen d8, queen h5. Yes, queen d8, queen h4 in a way. Yes. So zeros, right? So this is what I play, right? I go bishop f3. Thanks for the follow, Guac Maniac. We in here, big fella. So I go bishop f3. After bishop f3, he hit me with queen d8 check. Shirt tape. Thanks for the follow. King h7 check. Right? And I sat here and I was like, you know what? He offered me a draw twice. Remember this, right? He offered me a draw 2 times. Now, this time I'm like, you know, this is another draw, basically. But I'm like, nah, bro. Man, I'm pushing, bro. Draw nothing. I don't draw anything. So I play king g6 and I walk that boy up. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I hope you're ready, big dog. I hope you're ready. And then this will happen. He played queen g3 check. And I sat back and I was like, you know what? I might just have to take the draw. I might just have to take the draw. This is why this is called the back and forth. Because now at this point, I offered the draw. Because I was like, you know what? I'm about to block with my whole face here in front of everybody. I'm about to find the tallest building I can find and jump off of it all the way down with a smile. I'm looking crazy right now. So I'm like, you know what? If I go king f5 and this doesn't work, I lose and I'm knocking everything off the table. And then I'm getting up and walking away like nothing happened. I literally would do that in my head, probably not for real, but I would definitely be doing that in my head of like just knocking everything off the table and like, you know, walking away. Walking away. Absolutely, ready. Absolutely. Mo LD1, thanks for the follow. Mind games, yeah, correct. Right. So reason why is, first off, here's the move. Here's the move. So the move I chose was actually the worst move out of the 3. Because here I'm like, oh snap, I think I really messed this up. And I had enough time. To be honest, he was low on time, so I should have used more time. I should have. Just to calculate all the, but he was lower on time, and I'm like, I don't know if this will work. Maybe it will. Thanks for the follow, Steel Man. Radiation 4. Thanks for the follow. Follow train is hype through here. Make sure y'all in our Discord. It's the YouTube channel right there in the chat as well. We will be posting that. Too bad, chess and like, you know, brawling allowed. Yeah, right. So, believe it or not, king f5 is the move. But I was like, yo, what happens if he takes this? Because this is next. I was like, yo, queen f6 is here. Like, how do I'm supposed to go passive now, but he got queen f6. And I was like, maybe I could do this and try to go king e4 and queen e8. But here, if I'm wrong, I lose, right? You know, so I wasn't too fun. I wasn't too happy about this. I wasn't too happy about this particular position. But unfortunately, I actually missed this move here, which is bishop h5. Now, right now, it's equal. It's equal. Somehow it looks very dangerous. Of course, this looks dangerous. Look at this, right? You know, my king. And then think about psychological part. He offered me a draw twice, and this is what I wanted after that. Psychologically, bro, this is going to eat you up. You know, this is going to really eat you up. You in some trouble here. Queen f2 looks, is that, in fact, right now, oh, that wasn't even the move. Dang. So did I have to go king g4? Look at king g4, bro. King here was wrong because they said this is +6 now. My best move is king g4. My best move was king g4. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Like, we're not even about to look at this. We're not even about to look at this no more. But we will. Like, king g4 is the best move. And then queen f1. But, like, now I'm not winning. I'm trying not to lose now. In fact, the best move right now is queen f3. I don't have enough. And I just sacrificed the pawn for this? No. No. And I kind of saw this. And I saw this coming. I also didn't like king h6, right? So here, we go forward a little bit. I didn't like king h6 because I think there was... Oh, yeah, I should have just went here. No. What happens on bishop f8? Oh, my goodness. King h5? Stop. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is how you get out of this? Yeah, and you wonder why I offered a draw, right? I was like, you know what? Yeah, bro, let's take that draw. Because I played king h7. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's take a draw then. Let's take a draw. But this is why this is the back and forth. Because remember, he offered me a draw. And then I said no. Then I offered him a draw. And then he said no. And I was like, well, I don't know what we doing. I don't know what we doing here now, bro. I have no idea. So after this check, in fact, I'm in a lot of trouble if I do go king h7. And it's not a lot of trouble, but it luckily, if you know, I went to the school of the Jedi. I graduated with honors. I learned how to fight like a master Jedi. So watch what happens here. This is about to be very nuts. I went king h7, realizing that this man about to hit me with something nasty. Najdorf players don't play for draw good when Canty. Yeah, correct. So after king h7, watch this. Bishop f8, and we great. Oh, snap. You about to get hit in your face, okay? Bishop f8 is a big boy move, right? So if I play g6, it's a rapster. It's a rapster. It's over. It's a wrap. And I was sitting here literally thinking to myself, why didn't I take this draw from this young man? Well, because I didn't want to take a draw. You know, I didn't want to. I'm like, dang, man, I didn't want to go to for no draw. So, you know, now I'm like, hey, bro, you want to draw? Hey, man, we can just shake hands right now. You know what I'm saying? We can just shake it. I was like ready because now I'm in trouble, right? So if I play g6, he has this. Watch this. G6, queen h4 check. Back up if you want to. If you want to. King g8. Oh, man. Oh, man. Send a stretcher. Send a stretcher, my guy. Just send a stretcher. Okay, you got one check. Okay, cool. Nice check there, buddy. Where's your next one? Where's your next check? And I saw all of this. And I'm sitting here like, I can't believe I just did this. Right? Yo, Canty, what's up, dog? What's good? Johnny's Kitchen? What's good? So then I got to check him here. And then hopefully, I get a perpetual out of this. Hopefully. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, how do I defend? How do I defend this? I either play g6, right? And then what about this one? Bishop h5. Okay, block it up. Cool. We good. Block it. Block it. And then he had, what didn't I like? Queen f6. Queen f6 is a perpetual. But he has queen f4. Oh, yeah. Queen f4. Because it stops queen c1. And he's still about to hit me with mate in 2. What if I go king g8? Variation of the same. Variation of the same. Can't go queen c1. Can't even check him on g2 no more because the bishop on h5. Gross, bro. Young man out here hitting. Hitting. Young man swinging, boy. What's the perpetual? Google. Yeah, you can just Google it, right? But it's the same move over and over, basically. The same position in a way in chess. So, right. So here, I was forced to go down this way I just went. This way is destructive things you can't exchange thoughts. Awesome discussions. Thanks, man. Hey, make sure you're on our YouTube too, bro. Check the YouTube out. We got more on there. I'm talking about, I got over 200 videos. We growing. We growing. I appreciate y'all. Go sub over there. Perpetual is forced draw. Yep. Grief Street, thanks for the follow. Correct. This is our Discord too. So I was forced to go for this line. If it wasn't for this line, I would be lost. I would be lost, and I would be hurt, kicking myself because I didn't take the draw that he offered me twice, by the way. So this is why they call it the back and forth, because he offered me a draw. I declined. Then I offered him a draw. He declined. Now let's play on, right? Only move in this position. In fact, actually, Queen C1 was better. Queen C1 was better, but I did exactly the same thing the engine wanted. You play in Cleveland over Open Michigan? No, probably not. It depends on when, and I'm usually only into norm tournaments. So if it ain't a norm tournament, I'm usually not down to play. I'm just, you know, I'm already, like focus, straight focus, get to the norms, you know what I'm saying? Bag the title, flex real hard. Big Daddy O, thanks for the tier 1, 6 months in advance. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Bro, that's 6 months in advance, my guy. Appreciate it, my guy. That is crazy. Appreciate it, dog. Appreciate it. Yo, so this I had this check in mind, but I had to do something first. And here it is, guys. This is where calculation and saving positions and understanding what you need to do comes into play. I was very proud of what I did here, even though I was mad about the position. In fact, I'm overall proud of the game in the psychology part. Anyway, I tried to play on. I refused the draw offer twice in a slightly better position when I could have taken the draw easily, go to the next game. But I didn't want that. I wanted to play on here. I was very proud about that because you do want to push, and that's what you need for norms and etc. Secondly, here, I was very proud of the fact that how I came back. Because here's the move. Watch this. Bishop G4. I had to give the bishop up. I literally had to give up a piece to not get mated. So I go from, you know, having a slightly better position to refusing a draw twice to almost losing the game. Man, the back and forth is very real. Very, very real here. So he played queen takes G4. And the reason for bishop G4 is I'm now blocking everything. This check could be very strong for me. I'm also going to gobble at least 2 pawns or a perpetual, which means after takes, I check on the back rank, right? He step up. Thanks for the follow string gift. So I take on B2 automatic. Boom. Now, if he steps up, I get to take another pawn with check. So now I know at least I got 2 pawns for the piece. I got 2 pawns. So now I'm feeling good. I'm like, okay, at least I got 2 pawns. And if he goes to the back rank, then what's going to happen? I'm just going to perpetual him. I'm going to keep checking him if he go back. So he realized this. He goes forward. Now, the engine says that this is only like plus 1.8. Like it's still, it ain't enough to say he up a piece, which makes me feel good too. I'm like, shoot, at least I'm doing fine. Right. So he went queen E2. I take on A3. And now I'm feeling a little bit, I'm like, okay, I can hold this. Just breathe, you know, just breathe. Don't jump off the deep end here. You know, hold on to your hat and everything else. My goodness, hoping and prayer that we figure this thing out. But I felt good because compensation. If you think about this objectively, his king has no shelter. My king actually does have shelter still. The bishop is nicely placed here, but the queen needs to be here for this to be effective, which opens up the rest of the board where it should be defended, where the king is, for perpetual checks for me. So I understood how to break down this position, which actually gave me the right idea and plan. And then if they're at the right moment, I need to break with A5 and get rid of this. Because if he gets rid of these two, he has a pass pawn. So I have to get rid of this one and leave these pawns here to make it a draw. If I can snag these two, game's over. I can draw the game and I can almost push for more if I'm able to snag the pawns. I knew this already. At first glance, it looks like some Canty locked him up. Yeah. Shelter, more like his king can't shelter his pawns. You get 2 outside pawns is worth a piece. Correct. Actually, yes. This is why this is called the back and forth. This game was so much. It was a draw. I was slightly better. Then it was a draw. He offered a draw twice. Could have taken a draw and I just have a drawn position. Then I end up almost losing here. And now watch what happens, right? So the next move after queen takes A3 is bishop to D6. He just puts the bishop here. So I had to realize, how do I take care of this right now? Now I didn't have to worry about the bishop down here no more. So, and I can always tuck my king. So I'm like, cool, I'm about to play A5, bro. But if I play A5, he plays queen takes B5, which I'm not feeling. So I went queen A4 to defend the pawn so I can play A5 and get rid of this. Get rid of this pawn ASAP. Get rid of it. First time chat. Thanks. My left thumb 6'9". Thanks for the follow. He's our most valuable attacking piece. Yes, at the end, right? So I go queen A4. My man's go king E3. So I look around the board. I'm searching real quick to see if he got a check like this. You know, a check that would force the queen trade. That would be losing for me. So I had to make sure he don't have no checks that force queen trades. So I had to move out the way. What about queen F3 from white or black? I mean, right here, queen F3. I'm just playing a5. I'm just playing a5 anyway. I'm still gonna play a5 regardless, because I always have a check. I always have, yeah, queen f3. Just go a5. A5 doesn't help. He can perpetual me. He can check me. It doesn't matter. Even queen a8. Then I check first and then take on b4. So a5 is my whole idea of this whole thing here. Taking f7 e6 isn't dangerous. Actually probably takes. Maybe queen c2 check. Let's see where he goes. Yeah, this has to be your perpetual. There's too many checks, and he was also very low on time too. He was getting low on time, so there's just too many checks here. And I was not worried about queen f3 at all. In fact, he didn't even play it. Yeah, he didn't even play it. I've never played Najdorf against your bot, and it plays the modern variation quite a lot. My best has been hard fought draw. Yeah, that's tough. That boy, my bot, something serious, bro. Thanks for the follow, Dr. Dumius. Never and always in chess. Yes, yes. And maybe not never. You know, there's always exceptions. That's all. It's always one thing you have to remember. There's always exceptions. Queen e2, queen takes a3, bishop d6, queen a4, king e3. I go a5. He go queen b2. So I'm like, bet, get him off. Not even thinking twice about it. So I take on b4. He takes. Then I was like, okay, what do I do? And I was like, do I stay around the pawn? This felt too passive. Thanks for the follow, Moldo Dan. This felt extremely passive. So I play queen a2. Because I'm like, yo, this is too passive for me. Came on late. What was your opponent's rating? He was over 2,200 USCF. He a master. Young master. I don't remember what it actually was, but I know he was in a, he told me. I mean, I actually looked him. I had 15 minutes to prep before the round, because you get your pairing. Pairing's like 15 minutes before the round actually starts. So I was like, oh, Brian G. And I looked him up. I'm like, oh, this kid a master. Okay. Young master. He's definitely strong, and he's a kid, which means he's probably booked up, and you need to be sharp. They play fast. They calculate quickly. So you need to be on your game here. And I looked at what he played. I think I knew he played a Sozin. I just couldn't remember which signs, but I think I knew he played a Sozin. No, actually, you know what's funny? I remember coming to this round, and I was actually supposed to play white. Weirdly enough, I read the pairings wrong. So I thought I had white. So I was prepping what he played against white. I mean, against white. And then I get to the board, and I'm like, yo, I'm playing black. So I was like, I don't even know what he plays as white. Well, we about to see, though. And luckily, I was prepped up. Luckily, I was prepped, bro. But that's crazy. What's up, Canty? What's up, Dante? What's good? So queen a2. I played queen a2, about to take this pawn. And he was actually getting in time trouble. In fact, he had like 2 minutes here. Maybe less. I think he had less than 2 minutes here. I had about 20, maybe 20 minutes. Now, of course, the time control was 1 hour and 40 minutes per side with 30-second increment. But, you know, this kind of position right here, this ain't easy. This is why this is called a back and forth. He offered me a draw. I had a slightly better position. He offered me a draw twice. I declined. Then I get this position after dropping a piece, looking crazy out here, just doing too much, trying to push. This is what happens when you push in drawn positions. Sometimes you risk the fact that you could lose on time, or not lose on time. You risk the fact that you can blunder because you're trying to push. I've done that many times. It's way too much. Yeah, that 30-second tripping, bro. Not a fan, right? Who's joke? What's up, bro? It's good. Isn't younger chess players' performance better than senior? Because of that, Hikaru lost bullet champion 70 bruise. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. It depends. There's many factors to it, Kirosh. It's just not a one size fit all kind of thing. So queen a2, hitting h2, and he takes on b5. I immediately take on h2, and now I'm good. I'm like, bro, man, I can't wait to show the homies this. I can't wait to, analyze this one on stream, because this was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. Where like I was, slightly better, then I wasn't. Then I thought it was a draw. He offered me a draw. I declined them. And then we get this position. Now I might actually be winning in some cases because I got the extra pawn. This is what I was thinking. I'm thinking to myself, yo, I got this outside G. And like if he try to reroute his bishop, this gonna hang, which means I got an extra 2. So I'm like, what is this? And what if I trade one of them? That's exactly what I was thinking too as well. What if I trade one of the pawns? Then I got 2 passed pawns. He gonna sack on 1, which leaves me with 1. Maybe I can make it work. Thanks for the follow, Wakandian Foran. Yeah, Furian. Thanks for the follow. So he plays queen e8, right? Queen e8. After this, I check him first just to see where he go. He go to the center. I check him again just to see where he go. King c5, and then I brought the king up. I just brought the king up to g6. And right here, I offered a draw. Actually, no, I think he offered a draw right here. King c5, he offered a draw. And I kind of moved and just like, yeah, like we just kind of mutual. It was not the correct way, to say the least. It was not the correct way. You're supposed to move, you know, and then offer at the same time, move and offer. But it was like move, and then I was kind of moving, but he offered. But I'm like, yeah, it's a draw. But like, and like, it was just like a mutual thing that we knew this was gonna be a draw. But here, a reason why, this is my logic behind taking the draw here, is because this was a wild game. Psychologically, I was winning the game, not winning. I had a slight advantage. I was comfortable. I didn't want to take a draw twice. Then I got a slightly worse position and had to fight my way into a draw. And here I'm like, you know what? I don't want to mess this up again. Let's just not do that. Let's just get out of here. This game has been too many emotions, too many things going on in your brain. Let me just get out of here. This one we're going to concede to a draw, and we'll do something else later. We'll go back. Would you still take a draw now? Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking a draw now. Especially now, if it wasn't, I probably would play on if it wasn't offered and all this other stuff didn't happen already. You know, so Queen G8, this fails actually. Queen C1, Queen C1 perpetual, King B6, Queen E3. I think Queen C6, and like, I mean, you just like you're not getting out of these checks. And then if you ever move the bishop, I'm snapping on E5. So it's no way of getting out of the checkaroos here. A lot of checks. So knew that was happening. Eval bar says zeros. Eval bar straight zeros. Straight zeros. Thanks for the follow. Didn't all duck. Yeah, straight zeros, right? Nuts game, bro. Absolutely nuts. I was very proud at the end to draw this. I was happy because I'm like, yo, I almost lost. I can't believe, yo, this right here, this was a make or break situation right here. Imagine this is you Canty right now. You got a saber on you. You real hot with the saber, okay? You're doing your thing, right? We playing this game. You're doing well. You're playing it. You get a slight advantage. You get offered a draw twice. You decline it because you want to play on, right? Then we get a position like this where you about to get mated or you got to give up a piece. How do you respond? How do you react to this? This right here is what makes or breaks you in a lot of times in tournaments. Smart Alec, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Was he a GM? No, he's a national master, but very underrated. He took down some big dogs as well. He got a nice score, but he I think he got worse. I don't remember, but he took down some people though. He took down some good. He had some good wins. So here, with that being said, though, man was strong, and I had to find this Bishop G4 move, which I did. I had to give up a piece to stay in the game, and then I checked him. I got that. And man, this was nuts, man. This was nuts. This ended up in the draw. And this right here is round 3 of Chicago